Stop overwashing your face, stop layering 5 serums you found on TikTok, and please stop thinking oily skin doesn't need a moisturizer. These are mistakes I see every single day as a dermatologist, and they are damaging your skin more than helping it. This video will show you the skincare habits I wish more people would unlearn so you can finally get the results you've been chasing. Hi, I'm Dr. Amina Torregano, a triple board certified dermatologist, internist, and dermatopathologist. I've been in practice for over 11 years, and I see patients of all ages, from teens with breakouts to adults dealing with sun damage or sensitivity. And what I've noticed is it's not always about what people aren't doing, it's about what they're doing wrong. So in today's video, we're gonna go over the most common skincare mistakes I see, from product misuse to lifestyle choices, and what science actually says about fixing them. So mistake number 1, over cleansing and over exfoliating. Let's start with the cleansing part. So I know you want a clean face, but washing your skin 3 times a day with a foaming cleanser or scrubbing it raw with exfoliants, that is a fast track to barrier damage, okay? Overwashing and over exfoliating strips away essential lipids that we have in our skin. It can also make the skin more prone to inflammation, dryness, and even breakouts. When you're stripping the lipids, you're compromising your skin barrier and your skin doesn't work as well. That's why you see things like inflammation or breakouts. So how do you fix it? Well, first you want to use like a gentle non-stripping cleanser, especially in the morning. At night, I'm more okay with like a gel or foam cleanser because we have a buildup of oil and dirt and grime, and those tend to bind to the oil a little bit better, but just keep it gentle. And even with foaming cleansers, you can find gentle foaming cleansers that are still hydrating to the skin. You just don't want the ones that like really strip your skin of the oil. You also want to make sure that you're just exfoliating 1 to 2 times a week with a mild alpha hydroxy acid or enzyme. Don't do it every day, even if the direction on the bottle says to use it every day. That's one of my biggest pet peeves with a lot of these exfoliating products. It says to use it every day or even twice a day. Just use it a couple times a week, at least to start. And always follow that with a moisturizer to rebuild the barrier. Skincare mistake number 2, misusing sunscreen. So here's a stat: 65% of people don't reapply sunscreen properly. To be honest, I'm surprised it's that low. I would think it'd be like 90% of people don't reapply properly. So that's already an issue. And most people don't even use enough to begin with. So remember, it's 1/4 of a teaspoon for the face. If you're including your neck and your ears, that's 1/2 teaspoon. And then for the body, it's like a shot glass amount, or say like a golf ball size amount. And when it comes to SPF numbers, so SPF 100, it's not twice as effective as SPF 50. SPF 30 already blocks 97% of UVB rays. So the key isn't the number, it's how well and how consistently you apply it. I'd rather you use an SPF 30 consistently every day than an SPF 70 sparingly here and there. Okay, now when you're spending prolonged periods outside, the SPF number actually really does make a difference. Like SPF 100 is definitely better than SPF 30. Other things to remember: sunscreen in your makeup, like in your foundation, that is not enough for your skin. Cloudy day, you still need SPF. Sitting by a window, UVA rays penetrate right through the glass. Pro tip: add physical sun protection like hats, UPF clothing, seek shade, because no sunscreen is going to be 100%. Mistake number 3, too many actives and not enough simplicity. Remember, more products does not equal better skin. You don't need niacinamide, retinol, AHA, BHA, vitamin C. You don't need all of those at once. That's how you break your skin barrier and your confidence, actually, because you're gonna ruin your skin, okay? Instead, pick 1 to 2 active ingredients based on your skin goals, and then give it time. Most actives take like 6 to 8 weeks to really show results. Here's a golden rule. So you wanna introduce 1 new product at a time. Use it for at least 2 weeks before adding another. You just want to make sure that you can tolerate the product well before introducing another potentially irritating product. Mistake number 4, the moisturizer myth, even for oily skin. So oily skin doesn't mean hydrated skin. A lot of patients with oily or acne prone skin will skip moisturizers because they think it'll clog their pores or make them more oily, but oily skin can still get dehydrated, and dehydrated skin actually leads to more oil production. So the solution is to use a lightweight, non-comedogenic, just non-pore clogging, gel-based or gel cream-based moisturizer, or humectant, like something that's just more hydrating and lightweight, with the main ingredients being something like glycerin and hyaluronic acid. All right, mistake number 5, Natural doesn't equal better. I get it. You want to go clean and natural, but here's the truth, okay? Natural doesn't always mean it's safe. I'm a hippie at heart, so I can understand why people want natural things. But things like lavender, tea tree oil, citrus oils, these can all have more irritating or allergic contact dermatitis potential. A recent review found a sharp increase in allergic reactions from essential oils. So don't fall for like DIY things like lemon scrubs or putting toothpaste on your pimples. That's horrible, okay? That's not even natural, actually. It's just a DIY hack. When it's not tested and formulated for the skin, the safety becomes more questionable and usually more of a concern. So we tell people look for formulations that are like fragrance free, that are well tested and well formulated. Mistake number 6, diet and lifestyle skincare mistakes. So let's bust another myth. No, pizza and chocolate, they're not the main cause of your breakouts. But yes, high sugar, high dairy, high processed foods, these can all influence acne through insulin and hormone spikes. So what helps? You want a diet rich in whole foods, fiber, omega-3s, gut nourishing foods, foods that are less inflammatory. You also want to work on managing stress because we know cortisol spikes can lead to acne flares and increased inflammation. Also want to make sure you're getting enough sleep. Your skin like renews itself overnight. It helps repair any kind of damage from inflammation. We have studies to show that poor sleep equals more dullness, more breakouts, and accelerated development of wrinkles. Which brings me to my next mistake, number 7, ignoring sleep, stress, and smoking. Like you can't out skincare your lifestyle. No cream will fix chronic stress, poor sleep, or smoking. Many of my patients with poor sleep had impaired barrier repair, increased inflammation, and literally have their skin aging faster in just a few months. And I've made a detailed video sharing about how stress spoils your skin big time, backed by science. Watch it here. So what are some quick wins you can do? Get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I know that's hard. Easier said than done, at least for me. There's just like not enough hours in a day, right? But it doesn't matter if you're not sleeping. Try 5 minutes of mindfulness daily, whether it's meditation or journaling. Just give yourself that time to detach, shift your perspective a little bit, change the way you look at life for just 5 minutes. And then obviously cut back on alcohol, sugar, smoking. Your collagen will thank you. I feel like I'm such a Debbie Downer, right? No sugar, no alcohol, no smoking. Although who's smoking? Like I guess people are vaping now, but vaping we're also seeing a lot of issues with. But definitely for sure we know like tobacco causes literal breakdown of collagen in the skin and like impairs your collagen's ability to like heal and repair and build. That's why so many surgeons won't perform surgery on people, like especially like orthopedic surgery surgeons doing really big surgeries, because if they won't do it if you smoke. Like if they test your urine or your blood and it's positive for nicotine, they won't do surgery on you because it's such a huge barrier. Like it just impairs wound healing so much. It affects your collagen. It affects other things too. But anyways, there's so many issues with it. All right, let's move on. Skincare mistake number 8, mixing the wrong ingredients. So a very common mistake is combining ingredients that don't play well together or just accelerate irritation, like a retinoid with alpha hydroxy acid. There's also like a retinoid with benzoyl peroxide. So like I said, this can lead to over-irritation, peeling, long-term barrier damage. This is how I recommend layering your products. So in the morning, you want to use an antioxidant like a vitamin C serum, followed by a moisturizer, then a sunscreen. At night, use a retinoid or an exfoliant, not both on the same night, unless your skin tolerates it. So there are exceptions. But anyways, then always moisturize as your last step. Of course, SPF would be your last step if it's the morning. And I mentioned to not mix your retinoid with benzoyl peroxide because not only can it be irritating, but benzoyl peroxide can actually inactivate the retinoid. So final takeaways and what to do instead. To sum it up, skincare is really about consistency. It's not about perfection, okay? So focus on a simple, personalized routine, a gentle cleanse daily, sunscreen daily, hydrating daily, find the right active for your skin. You don't need multiple, at least to start with. Once your skin tolerates one, like I said, you can build upon that and continue to add 1 or 2 more. And then of course, you wanna find the right balance with sleep, nutrition, and stress. We live in a world that's not conducive to living a healthy lifestyle. So obviously you gotta do what's realistic. My goal is to like convince people that being healthy is the way to be. I love that there's a big movement now, especially among young people, with not drinking. I think that people are talking more about sleeping, like going to bed early. Or is it just because I'm getting older, more people are into it? I think that like young people are into it. But we still live in a society where it's normal to drink. It's normal to have lots of sugar. It's like actually infused in all of our foods. Like everything's processed in our grocery stores. So like I said, give yourself grace, but just pay attention to what you're putting in your body, because we do have some control over it. And if you're confused or frustrated, please don't DIY your way into a skincare emergency. Ask your derm. That's what we're here for. So many people think, oh my God, like it's so hard to get in with a derm. Obviously, like if you have a major concern and you call the office, you can request that the derm get your message and that you're very concerned and that you want the derm to see you. We're human beings, like we can be reasonable too. So, and if you find a derm that is not able to like accommodate or address any like major concerns that you have, then maybe find another derm. Also, there's a lot of really like accessible online derm services as well. They're like cheaper and faster. So you have that too. If you found this video helpful, please hit like, subscribe, share it with a friend who might be making these mistakes, and let me know in the comments, like what is one skincare mistake that you've made that you'd never do again, maybe, hopefully. And if you want to know exactly how to build a skincare routine according to your age, check out this video right here. And I also have just so many other goodies on my channel. Your support would mean the world to me. Thank you for listening. See you next time.